The universe operates with a fundamental, elegant principle, its core operating system. Understanding this single principle reveals how to navigate life with effortless power, dissolve anxiety, and see through the illusions of our hyper-modern world. Today we are applying the wisdom of chapter 25 of the Tao Te Ching as a key to unlock ourselves from the mess of modern enslavement and inequality. This is our contribution, adding our support for the collective of well-intentioned efforts dedicated to the betterment of humanity. We are not alone in this work, but together we are remembering how to be free. And the writings from the Tao Te Ching go, before the universe was born, there was something in the chaos. It is silent, it is empty. It stands alone and does not change. It moves everywhere and does not cease. It can be considered the mother of heaven and earth. I do not know its name. I call it the Tao. If forced to describe it, I would call it great. Great means flowing out. Flowing out means moving far away. Moving far away means returning. Thus, the Tao is great, heaven is great, earth is great, the human is also great. In our world, there are four greats, and the human is one of them. Humans follow the way of earth, earth follows the way of heaven, heaven follows the way of Tao, and the Tao follows its own nature. This chapter isn't just poetry, it's a radical map of reality. Lao Tzu starts by describing the indescribable, the great void. This isn't empty nothingness, it's a pregnant silence, a field of pure potential from which everything springs. It's the source code of the cosmos, unchanging in its essence, but constantly in motion, a paradox our logical minds struggle with. Then he gives us the four greats, Tao, heaven, earth, and humanity. This is the crucial, often missed point. You are not a separate, insignificant speck. You are a unique manifestation of the cosmos itself, endowed with the same fundamental nature as the stars and the planets. You are a self-aware expression of the Tao. But with this greatness comes a responsibility, a specific way to operate, the principle of following. Humans follow Earth, meaning we live in harmony with its cycles and its ecosystems. Earth follows heaven, its weather and seasons dictated by cosmic forces. Heaven follows the Tao, the laws of physics, obeying a deeper, unifying principle, and the Tao follows its own nature. It is utterly authentic, spontaneous, and effortless. This is the ultimate model for our lives, not to conquer, control, or force, but to follow the natural order, to find our flow by aligning with the larger flows around us. This truth of a unified self-operating reality echoes across the wisdom of the ages. In Toltec, the concept of malinali, the twisted grass, represents humility, flexibility, and the ability to follow the natural flow of energy without breaking. A rigid tree snaps in a hurricane, but grass bends and survives. This is the essence of following the way of earth. Furthermore, Nepantla, the sacred space in between, in that very generative void Lao Tzu describes the place where all potential exists before it takes form. In the Vedic tradition, the concept of dharma is the intrinsic nature of a thing. The dharma of a river is to flow. The dharma of fire is to burn. Our human dharma is to live in accordance with cosmic law, which is exactly following the way. To act against our dharma is to create suffering, just as ignoring the Tao creates struggle. In Stoicism, the central tenet is to live in accordance with nature. The Stoic sage doesn't rage against the storm, but prepares for it and endures it. The focus only on what is within their control, their own judgments and actions, and accept the rest as the unfolding of a rational, universal logos. This is a practical Western expression of heaven follows the way of the Tao. In Buddhism, the doctrine of Pratityasamutpada, or dependent origination, teaches that all phenomena arises in dependence upon other phenomena. Nothing exists independently. This is the operational view of the Four Greats, a cosmic chain of interdependence where our true power lies in understanding our place within the web, not in trying to stand apart from it. This 2,500-year-old map is an antidote to our modern sickness. The system we live in, a matrix engineered by organized religions, corporations, and governments, is built on one core lie, that we are not great and that we are not enough. It tells us that our value is external, defined by our job title, our possessions, and our social media clout. This system sells outer salvation because a person who feels small and broken is a perfect consumer and a compliant citizen. This knowledge feels banned because it is the ultimate empowerment, internalizing that you are one of the Four Greats, a co-creator with the universe itself, makes you immune to manipulation. A corporation that preys on your insecurity becomes a pathetic joke. A government that demands blind obedience loses its power over you. You realize that breaking the matrix isn't about smashing the system. It's about realizing you were never truly inside it to begin with. You operate on a different OS. These ancient writings give us the key to undo our shackles. They provide the philosophical foundation for us to come together, using modern technology to our advantage to build a world with a greater sense of equality. There is no natural law that dictates why one special group should own multiple mansions and unlimited resources, while families of 5 live in a 2-bedroom home with meager means, systematically denied the chance to use their gifts to better their own condition and that of their community. The application is immediate and collective. We start by following the way to dismantle these imbalances. In our bodies, we reject ideologies that preach self-denial and unworthiness. We honor our physical being, resting when tired and nourishing ourselves without guilt. This is how we reclaim the earth of our own existence from systems that profit from our self-hatred. In our work, we create new economies based on integrity and mutual benefit, not exploitation. We do our work with excellence and allow the results to flow naturally, bypassing the corporate structures that hoard wealth. This is heaven following the Tao. In our communities, we build resilient networks of mutual aid and shared resources, mirroring the interdependence of an ecosystem. Using modern tools, we create systems of support that make us independent of the predatory financial and political institutions that create inequality. This is a community that follows the way of Earth, becoming self-sustaining. The universe's operating system is not a secret. It is written in the turning of the seasons and the silence within your own heart. We are not a visitor here. We are natives. Our greatness is not something to achieve, but our birthright. Our collective task is to remember, to follow the way, and to use this ancient key to build a freer, more equitable world for all.